Hello, dear friends. The old eye on the capstone atop the pyramid is an ancient symbol of secret societies. If we live in an open society, why is there a need for secrecy? Opinion piece. Quantum economics. Relevant initiatives. Reality surpasses fiction. Political chaos is not accidental. Gold-backed quantum currency. 5 banks offer quantum finances. The old world machine is shutting down. Let's start. Someone told me that today the term quantum is used to disguise unverifiable fantasies believed only by the ignorant. I appreciate him giving me a topic to explain it in the simplest way possible, because reality surpasses fiction. Quantum economics is a financial way of thinking that accepts that not everything is predictable or rational. It starts from the idea that people and markets do not behave like machines, but rather in a dynamic way, influenced by expectations, emotions, and the decisions of others. Instead of saying, if A happens, then B happens, quantum economics says, if A happens, several things can happen, with varying probabilities. In simpler terms, markets can change unexpectedly. One person's decision affects many others, and there isn't always a single correct answer or a single outcome. It's called quantum because it deals with uncertainty and probabilities, not absolute certainties, as in quantum physics. For example, the same news, such as an interest rate hike, doesn't always produce the same effect. Sometimes the market falls, sometimes it rises, and sometimes nothing happens. And this depends on prior expectations, rumors, and collective emotions. The outcome is not guaranteed. Definition. Quantum finance applies advanced statistical models to analyze and solve complex problems in financial markets, such as asset valuation, risk management, and portfolio optimization. The term also refers to the integration of quantum computing and quantum mechanics into the new quantum financial system for safer and faster transactions. Quantum computing poses a serious threat to current banking cryptographic security, but it also offers new defenses such as post-quantum cryptography and ultra-secure quantum communications. This opens the door to the mass decryption of financial databases, online banking channels, and blockchain layers that are currently considered secure. Differences. Central bank digital currency, gold-backed quantum currency, and cryptocurrencies represent different approaches in the evolution of digital money. Each differs in issuance, backing, control, and technology, adapting to specific purposes in traditional or alternative financial systems. Digital currency is issued directly by central banks, such as the digital euro. It functions as a central bank liability, with high centralization to ensure stability and traceability using technology such as private blockchain. Unlike cash, it allows for instant payments and direct monetary policies, but without speculative volatility. In contrast, gold-backed quantum currency is linked to the quantum financial system and is an electronic virtual currency backed by certified physical gold reserves. It uses quantum principles for secure and decentralized transactions, but only allows participation in gold-backed assets with unique serial numbers. On the other hand, cryptocurrencies are created by decentralized networks without a central ECR or government backing, based on blockchain technology and minor consensus. They are volatile, speculative, and censorship-resistant, prioritizing autonomy over stability. However, they don't represent institutional liabilities, nor do they require physical backing. Applications. Several banks are actively applying quantum computing in financial applications such as portfolio optimization, risk management, algorithmic trading, and quantum cybersecurity. CaixaBank is a pioneer in Spain, applying hybrid quantum computing with D-Wave to optimize investment portfolios and hedging, reducing calculation times by up to 90%. BBVA collaborates on projects such as Cuco with CSEIC and Tecnalia to stimulate complex financial variables and optimize investments, in addition to testing derivatives with Zapata computing. JP Morgan Chase uses quantum algorithms for portfolio optimization, 1,000 times faster, and quantum key distribution. HSBC has demonstrated quantum bond trading with IBM, improving predictions by 34% using real market data. Crédit Agricole is collaborating with Multiverse Computing and BBVA on collateral optimization via quantum sensing networks. German and American banks are exploring risks and algorithms with projected economic value of up to $600 billion in finance by 2035. Reset News. Political chaos is not accidental, according to Mr. Poole. The Pleiadians say we should prepare for emergencies, according to Kavamur. Full revelation and open contact are only possible after the shift. No one will come to save us before it happens. The shift is a graduation, not a rescue. The noise on the screens is a smoke screen for the movement behind the cutscene. This is the final stage of the transition. The old market structure cannot survive what comes next. While the media pushes political trials, court dramas, and electoral distractions, the military command has gone silent. Project Odin is not a theory. It is a layer of control designed to override civilian systems when the narrative fails. Starlink traffic has spiked, and announced flights have increased. Data centers are being isolated under the label of cybersecurity events. This is not defense, it is preparation. What they are trying to hide with political theater is simple. The old power structure is being audited, monitored, and gradually eliminated. The public argues, and the network reconfigures. When the distractions end, the operation will be visible. Stay alert, stay calm, the signs are not random. Active codes. The old financial world is teetering. The fiduciary structure is bleeding out. The bankers are silent. Screens flicker. Servers crash. Their empire is ending. Gold is the standard again. Digital assets locked at full parity. No more inflation narratives. No more paper illusions. The machinery of the old world is shutting down. Central banks have fallen silent. Their channels show movement without traders. Something else is being prepared. Within the emergency transmission system, there is a message armed and synchronized. When it arrives, all the screams will vanish, the noise will shatter, and the light will return with every tooth they buried. Parallel to the financial shift, a long-hidden technology is being organized. medical beds, frequency chambers, and regenerative systems. The shadows that contain them have lost their control. The long plague is entering its final hour. This is not a speculation. Military notes confirm global synchronization, nation after nation, tuned to the same frequency, 209 in total. The BRICS pressed final switch and severed the last chain of the old monetary network. If you still have paper, you have dust. The world is converting to real value, real metal, real code. The choice is simple: move forward or be left behind. The awakening is no longer a whisper. It has become the frequency beneath your feet. The timeline has been adjusted. Stay alert, stay ready. The centers of the redemption are not preparing, they are waiting. The noise will return only after the shift. Full thought summary. Anti-gravity technology is about to be revealed to the public. Asian secret societies claim to have declared a war on the Unification Church. Now the Moonies are being forced to cede control of Japan. China has not only cut off the supply of silver and rare earth elements to Japanese industry, but has also cut off the supply of antibiotics. Macron, who used to talk about sending French troops to Ukraine to fight Russia, now says that it is in our interest, in quotes, as Europeans and Ukrainians to find the right framework to reconnect with Moscow. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has also suddenly gone from being Russophobic to saying, in quotes, Russia is a European country, our largest neighbor. I wish to find peace and balance with Russia. Merz acknowledges that it was a mistake for Germany to stop buying cheap oil and gas from Russia. This led German factories to close or relocate production on Hungary, which still has access to cheap Russian fuel. Of course, Russian aid won't be free, because the Europeans have accepted everything, what Russia has demanded regarding Ukraine. They have no other option, because Kiev has been without heating for weeks, in the middle of winter, and people are being evacuated. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney flew to China last week and said that China is a more predictable partner for Canada than the US. He reached an agreement to eliminate 100% of the tariffs imposed on Chinese electric vehicles. In return, China will buy a large quantity of Canadian agricultural products. Canada has obtained financing from the Dragon family to acquire the US corporation after its bankruptcy. Under Canadian leadership, North America will be a democratic nation with 60 provinces and many territories. Furthermore, the banking system has just lost control of the international foreign exchange market to the BRICS. Africa has also broken away. This means that the US corporation is about to lose its ability to make international payments. That's why Canada is working with the US military. It appears Canada is working in coordination with Mexico to help dismantle the corporation. Mexican army troops have concentrated on the US border and claim they have the legal right to reclaim the southwestern part of the US. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.